Hey, what's going on, Star Wars fans? You're watching The Collector's Hut. My name is Chris, and I'm back again with another Star Wars Disney Elite Series action figure review. We have Darth Vader. He came out today, November 23rd, and you have to get there pretty early, around 12 o'clock, and you're able to get them around 1 o'clock. And they only get a handful of these guys, and I was lucky enough to grab one because they go super quick. They retail for 25 bucks. They're die cast. I think they're pretty killer. So if you guys haven't picked up any, I do highly recommend you grabbing them because for the price, the $25, I think they're great, you know. So we'll get right to the review. We'll start off with the box. So the package is pretty sweet. You get the Disney logo, die cast Star Wars Elite Series. And I really like the look to this because it looks like a marble, some kind of stone. Looks really cool. And then you get a description in the back, which we are all very familiar with Darth Vader, so don't have to waste too much time reading that. So the package is pretty sweet, but guess what, guys? Let's get right to the figure review because that's what we are here for. This is what it's all about. So here he is, Darth Vader in all his glory here. So what's really nice about the Elite Series is that they come with this Star Wars stand, which is really sweet, you know, but I'm very happy to say that he stands very well on his own, so that's great, but I think it's really cool that it comes with this stand. It's really sweet. So we'll get right into the articulation, which now one of the things that I'm not too happy about is that the joint is really loose. Now, this seems to be kind of a common problem with the Elite Series. I think it's because they're die cast and they're a little bit heavier. But I mean, come on, you know? So you can leave it like that. At least on mine, that's the best I'm going to get out of it until I start messing with it. But this arm seems to be a lot better. But, you know, I think I'm going to pose him kind of like this. You know, turn his head a little bit, like if he's going to like force choke you. So that looks pretty sweet. Like I said, the detail's really cool. You know, you're not going to be playing with them a whole bunch. You're going to put them on display. But I really wish those joints could get a little bit tighter because, like I said, it's just becoming a very common problem. The paint works very nice. I think they just messed up on his belt because it looks smudged, which is a bummer. But everything else looks good. You know, the chest box looks nice. It's just the belt. So that stinks. But maybe I could fix that. But like I said, we'll get right back into the articulation. So the arm can actually go all the way up. So you get a lot of play with that. You know, it could stand like that. Stay like that. So that's pretty sweet. Maybe I could leave them like that. The elbows do bend, but they do not swivel. They do not swivel, guys. So they just bend, but the hand does turn in a 360. So you do have movement in the hand. Obviously the same with the other arm. Got a lot of movement there. Elbows bend, do not swivel. I know, it's a bummer. But at least the hands move, so you can, you know, pose them in a couple of different ways. The waist does move, so that's pretty sweet. The legs go up and down, but that's about all you're going to get out of it right there. And the knees do bend. And the feet do move, the ankle joints. Not side to side, but up and down. So I think overall, it's very nice. I think it would have been like absolutely killer. Like I'd be very, very happy if this arm joint just wasn't so loose. You know, because everything else is pretty nice. You got a soft plastic for the upper cape and the lower cape, which is cool. This was molded this way, so that looks pretty sweet. And the cape does move around. Now the head joint does move a lot. It's on like a nice ball joint. So that looks pretty sweet. Now, the one thing that I found very odd, see a lot of movement in the head, but the one thing that I found pretty odd, now I got really excited because in the package I was like, oh man, I think they made him so you can remove his helmet, right? So you can take his helmet off. And I thought maybe the back of his head would be exposed just like in The Empire Strikes Back. But no, not really. It's just a way to fit his helmet on his head. So there's nothing there. I don't know why they did that. You know, they could have easily just glued this onto his head and just had it not removable. Which at this point, I would probably more so recommend. Because you can't see the back of his head, guys. You get nothing. There's nothing. It's just a hole, and there's a little peg, and that's how the helmet stays on. You know, there's not even like more detail on the helmet or anything. It's just a way for the helmet to stay on. So I just thought that was a little odd. To be honest, like I said, I probably would have just rather them just glue it on his head and not have it be removable, because I got really excited for that moment. But that's that. There's no, like I said, you can't see the back of his head or anything like that. It's just a way for the helmet to stay on. Now, the way that the lightsaber goes on his hand fits very nicely. I don't have to make any adjustments to that. It literally just slides right into his hand. It fits great. So that's awesome, because I know with other figures it was very loose and you kind of had to, you know, mess with it a little bit. But this is the lightsaber. I think they did a pretty good job with that. And like I said, you just slide that right back into his hand and he is good to go. So guys, I do highly recommend you picking this figure up, because number one, it's Darth Vader. So yeah, I mean, enough said right there. And I think the detail is very nice. So, I mean, I'll try to get as close as I can. I mean, the helmet's really nice. You can really see that. Now, this is where the die cast really comes into play, because I really do love the metal look to it. So it does look pretty awesome. But the detail on the helmet is very, very nice. And I think they did a good job. Like the other ones, there are exposed screw holes in the back, but his cape covers it up, so that is not a problem at all. But I think they really did do a good job. My only complaint is the joints. I wish they would get a little bit tighter. And besides for that little paint smudge on his belt, I think this is really a nice figure. And I think you guys would be really happy with it. Looks pretty sweet just like that. Alright guys. So like I said, he stands great on his own, which is a huge, huge plus. Well guys, let me know what you think about this. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching. You can go to thecollectorshut.com and get all my information there. I'll put the link in the description. Please subscribe, comment, and share. I love hearing from you guys. The support is amazing. And make sure you stay tuned. I got some really cool stuff on the way that you don't see every day. So I'm really happy to share that with you. So guys, thanks so much. May the Force be with you, and I'll see you soon.